Hey everyone, it's Bruno, and today I want to talk about how I'm improving my game's name. Now, I am not the best with naming games, and while I don't think it made much of a difference to its success, I think that Surface Breaker, in retrospect, completely fails at a name. It does not describe the genre of the game, and it doesn't describe the theme of this game. The only thing it describes is this one bit at the very beginning where you break the surface, and you have to explore. So it doesn't imply the sci-fi roguelike mining tower defense game. It doesn't imply any of that. It doesn't apply procedural generation. It's just sort of like a nothing name. And I think that if you have marketing behind you, like real marketing and promotion budget behind you, you can get away with this and it can work. But I think for us indies, we have to be a bit more descriptive. And this is something that I learned when seeing this game completely flop. Now, my first game that I released on Steam is called Platform Gun, and it's right there. You can probably guess what this game is going to involve. Platform Gun. There you go. The game is explained. Now, a platform gun, like, it could imply a sci-fi theme and stuff. Maybe I could have done something with that, but I think you sort of just immediately know what you are getting into. It explains the central mechanic of the game, and I think it's pretty obvious that the game doesn't sell a game automatically. It has to be good, and this is very amateur art. But yeah, I think that the game, I think that the name really does succeed in describing what this game is about. Now, my next game, Heal to Death, I also think is actually a really good... I reckon it's a really, really good name. Now, this is a game with a lot going on, but Heal to Death describes a couple different things. Number one, it describes the main healing mechanic of the game, and that's the main thing I want to sell. This is a game about healing, and the to death part, it describes the general undead theme of the game, and it also hints towards a small mechanic in the game where your heals can actually damage the undead. So I think that this game, its name, it succeeds. There's a lot going on. There's no way I could describe every single part of this game. It doesn't sell the fact that it is a roguelite, but when you have so many different things going on within your game, I think that you do have to pick and choose. And to me, just making sure that heal was in the title, as well as the general theme, to me, I think that was decent. Could I have implied that it was a roguelike or a roguelite? Maybe, but I think this is pretty good as well. Now, the next game I am making is Heralds of Heroism, and this is an incremental RPG. So you basically attack enemies automatically, get loot, increase your skill tree, and then you can get further through the dungeon, unlock party members, and from there use abilities to help your party members that are automatically unlocking. And yeah, the problem with Heralds of Heroism is that it is super generic. Like, it vaguely describes that it could be a medieval theme, but it doesn't describe that it is an incremental game. It doesn't say that this is a fantasy RPG. And if you go into the search, it's generic. There's so many Heralds of X. So this is a bad name. And the problem I was having is that this initially was just a placeholder, and then I realized that all the low-hanging fruit was taken. Idle Heroes is taken. Idle Craft is taken. Idle Dungeons is taken. Auto Heroes is taken. And so, to avoid a situation like this in the future, when I start making the game prototype and I take it to a local event, I am going to be asking people what they think the name should be to get as many ideas as possible, so I can get a good name early on. So I've had to do this in retrospect, and so 2 days ago, I brought this in. So I brought in Heralds of Heroism and asked people what the new name of this game should be. And there was one name that stood out, and I contacted Valve to get the name changed, and it is now called Your Party Died Again. Please ignore this. So, Your Party Died Again. There's a lot of reasons I really like this name. Number one, it implies a loop, and that the loop is central to the game. Now, this could be a roguelite, but realistically, I think this heavily leans towards incremental RPGs being a loop. And so I think this name perfectly, it absolutely sells that idea. But also, Your Party Died Again implies a fantasy RPG with party member mechanics. And so I think that this does everything I need it to. It explains the genre, it explains the theme, and it is just a massive improvement over what I had before. Now, this art is placeholder, this logo is placeholder. I'm definitely going to get my logo done very soon. The person who's working on it is currently working on it. I am seeing games with just the logo being done, and then they've got their own capsule art with the in-game art. And it seems like that actually works. I think what people really want is a good logo, because that implies that care was taken into it. So that's all I wanted to share. My game Heralds of Heroism has a new name. Your Party Died Again. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Have a good one, guys. Bye.